What is the worst thing you would wish on your worst enemy? I always feel like people who say, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, must not hate their worst enemy as much as I do. Fuck that guy. Live long, but don't prosper. Genital lice. A terrible sunburn on the first day of an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe in the summer. And diarrhea too. Each items of clothing they buy shrinks by one size after one wash. 1 out of every 3 farts is very wet. That's what I would wish for them, for the rest of their life. Fear. That they spend their lives consistently afraid. Every time they enter their kitchen area wearing socks, they step into wet. Being cheated on by the love of their life, for years on end, with their best friend, in their house, and discovering it by finding a sex tape while making an anniversary compilation video to celebrate 15 years together. Every time they pick up paper they get a paper cut. My worst enemy is me, so nothing but good luck. That the Family Responsibility Office and Canada Revenue Agency catch up with him for 20 years of working under the table and unpaid child, spousal support. I hope he loses everything and goes to jail where he becomes someone's bitch. Their sleeves shall slowly slip downwards as they wash their hands. Wherever they shall sleep, there will always be one single mosquito and others to replace it if they do manage to kill it. For both sides of their pillow to be warm at night no matter how much they turn it evil smiley face. That someday they see all of the negative things in themselves that I see, and they will live in agony because they can't fix themselves but are fully aware of how shitty they are. May all your bacon burn. That creeping, existential dread that no matter how hard she applies herself, or whatever compliments she got on her early academic achievements or what her friends say, that she'll never be good enough. That people hold negative opinions that she'll never know of. That she will always lack critical intelligence or intuition when it's needed most, regardless of her base IQ. And that after she's gone, ultimately no one will care about what she had done and life will go on as normal for her closest loved ones days afterward. Either that or forgetting her light bill and incurring a late fee. Kidney stones. I've passed several and each one was the worst thing ever. Ever. For her to meet someone who treats her the exact same way she treats me and other people. She's one of the most fucking disgusting, rude, homophobic people to ever be alive. And not to mention, she lies 24/7 and is an attention-seeking whore. Stabbing rectal pain every time they lie. I would wish them to never find the proper answer to give when someone knocks on their bathroom door. That they realize what they've done. Unresponsive wakefulness. It's the worst, harshest thing I wished on someone I hated. I didn't just want him dead, it would be too easy. Unresponsive wakefulness is a state where you are 100% conscious but you can't move your body. Basically your consciousness is trapped in a shell. I want them to remain in the hospital as they watch as the people around them suffer just to keep him alive as it stresses them financially and emotionally to the point where you just watch helplessly as your loved ones go from wishing you wake up to cursing you to die. Finally you hear them discuss pulling your plug as they can no longer afford to keep you alive. And as you fade into nothing, your last conscious moment is pure agony knowing you forced your loved ones to essentially live with indirectly murdering you for the rest of their lives. The worst pain someone can go through is not physical or psychological pain done to them, but physical and psychological pain done to the innocent people they care about because of them. That the next time they take an Uber the driver gives them a 1-star rating without an explanation why. For their showers, from henceforth, to be forever either too hot or too cold. From now on they will always hear clearly the song they hate most magically playing in the background, on loop for eternity. For them to step on a Lego at 3 a.m. I would wish them to be immortal, and stranded on Venus with no supplies or resources. Their ass to the front. Every time he passes the door, he shits his pants. Public humiliation. A permanent migraine. We had a huge bully in our office, like 6,275 pounds big, and he was such an asshole to everyone male and female, always throwing his weight around, always making fun of everyone physically, looks, skinny, fat, etc. Well, he got Bell's palsy for 6 months and looked like a troll. He hid in his office scared for 6 months. I didn't wish it on him, and I doubt he actually learned anything from it or became a nicer person, but it was sure nice not dealing with his bullshit for 6 months. Never has a good comeback in an argument. Their socks and pockets gets filled with sand every 5 minutes. Having to diarrhea after showering. Every time. I wish them the worst in life. They deserve every bad thing that happens, and has ever happened in their worthless life. I hope they suffer the most unimaginable pain in their life that can be felt by the human body. For them to receive 15 to 20 spam calls a day. Not too much, but enough to where it's a problem. And a new phone service provider doesn't fix the problem. A conversion of heart. That every table they ever sit at in their lives will have a leg slightly shorter than the rest. And that no matter what they eat, they will always have a popcorn kernel stuck in their teeth afterward. Unending hiccups. Crippling depression. Never-ending gout. Wet towels. Like all the time. Just soaked towels. Yeah, that's what I would wish upon my worst enemy. Try and dry off after showers now. For everyone to see them for who they are when they first meet them. Good luck making new friends or dating. A small rock gets stuck in their shoe whenever they walk outside. The feeling of wet socks no matter where they go. Covered in ticks. Incineration. Perpetually wet socks. Stepping on an electrical plug on their way to pee in the middle of the night. Electric plug. Kidney stones, worst pain of my life. I hope their pubic hairs got stuck in their trousers zip. To be cast away to Cat Island in Japan. But all of the cats and their future offspring feel nothing but homicidal urges to the point where they chase them down for the rest of the person's life. No cat will give them any comfort, and if they tried to kill one, they would get constantly bombarded by other cats fucking them up. No peace, only tiny homicidal monsters. Every time they wipe their butts after a dump, the toilet paper would rip on the first wipe. And they can never wash the smell off their fingers, no matter hard they try. Having a cicada slowly fly into their mouth and they can't do anything about it. For them to truly understand the harm they've done. This is how the Aragon books end, and it is incredible. I hope their car engine seizes while sitting in traffic on the 405. May 1,000 fleas infest their butthole, and their arms grow short. Eternal damnation. Straight up agony, both mental and physical. But I don't have any. Yet smile with horns. A mild career setback. Probably losing one of their senses like taste or sight. Maybe even color blindness. Think about never seeing a beautiful sunset. Pleading face. Honestly, I wouldn't even wish this. Slowly starving to death. Not only is starving to death painful and agonizing, you get to think about death. The psychological pain they must feel is unthinkable. Their pocket gets caught in a door handle whenever they walk by. That their fitted bedsheets always pop off in the corners when they lay down in bed for the rest of their lives. To be homeless, starving and alone, and never have a way out, but be unable to die until he lives out a normal lifespan. He deserves nothing less for all he did to me and my friends. He is the epitome of evil, and putting him in that position is the only way to keep him from hurting anyone else. I have a friend who got 2 spinal discs replaced. Thing is, they don't work through your back. They open your belly, remove everything, work on the discs, then put everything back in place. That is, as much as they can. Then it takes several days for your viscera to return to their original place, and my friend was absolutely miserable, as it hurt nonstop and she couldn't eat anything. She said she wouldn't wish it to her worst enemy, but I'm not as merciful. For her to lose her looks. That's 95% of her personality. I am going to put this behind a spoiler tag. I don't want to cause anyone to have psychological issues. I'm not going to sit here and go, TW, CW for blah blah blah. I am a horror author, and that is your TW, CW. If you have psych stuff going on, this post might cause you some issues. No slam to people that do. I have some serious stuff going on myself. Greater than. I would wish my enemy to have happened to them the things that live upon my pages. Among these. Less than 1. Greater than. Razor blades jammed between the teeth and then driven home with a ball-peen hammer. Less than 2. Greater than. Genitals painted with hydrofluoric acid, then left out in the Arizona desert at midday in July. Less than 3. Greater than. Every knuckle on their fingers and toes cracked with a nutcracker. Less than 4. Greater than. Binding wrists and ankles with wet rawhide, stake them out in the sun, with a gallon bottle of water where they can see it but out of their reach. Less than 5. Greater than. Flay them and make them eat their own skin. Less than 6. Greater than. Scaphism, look that up. Don't do so if insects, shit or a combination of both will gross you out. Less than 7. Greater than. Slow electrocution. Trust me, it's worse than going out with a bang, which is what actually being electrocuted usually sounds like due to the superheating of air. Less than 8. Greater than. Severe exposure to ionizing radiation, positioned in a way where they have to watch their own deterioration in a mirror. Less than these are just the ones that come immediately to mind. I am a monster. Happiness because I'm my worst enemy. That someone he deeply cares about treats him the same way that he treated me and my ex. Fuck you, Nick. Loved you like a brother for over a decade and you used my trust as a weapon to rape someone I loved. Extra large babies. Whenever they buy a new set of earphones or headphones, only one bud works for no matter what pair they buy. Every little inconvenience. 1. Sleeves falling down when they wash their hands. 2. Warm pillow. 3. Dirty dishes. 4. A fart bomb that'll never stop going off in the vent system. When brushing their teeth they will forever drip toothpaste right in the middle of their dark shirts. No internet for a year. In this day and age we need internet so that is torture. Being force-fed diarrhea 3 times per day. Ant bites on top of an eczema flare. That they marry someone who treats them exactly the way they treat me. Thanks for watching. See you later.